My parents fled Cambodia from the Khmer Rouge regime. They ended up in the refugee camp where they stayed for 10 years, and that's where I was born in 1989 when our family got the news that we were coming to America and resided in Aberdeen, Washington, where our family is. I was in a domestic violence relationship. He was really controlling, of course. You know, I had to drive him around because he didn't have a driver's license, and I just did everything that he asked. One day, he finally got caught selling drugs to undercover cop, and we both ended up getting arrested. I just found myself being processed into county jail, looking at 50 years in prison. It just felt so surreal because the whole time I'm thinking, like, what did I do? I didn't know until I was convicted was when my lawyer finally told me that, oh, there's a possibility that you are gonna get deported and there might be an ICE hold on you. Living through that and trying to live a normal, productive life was really challenging. I constantly lived in fear, and I felt like I was traumatized from that fear of getting deported and separated from my kids and my family. The final incident with the guy that I was with for 10 years, he tried to kill me. You know, my son is screaming, witnessed the whole thing. He did 9 months, got released, and they didn't even recommend anger management or any rehabilitation classes except for drug and alcohol. And 2 months later, I get a letter from ICE that I need to be detained. They're gonna go ahead and set me up with the interview with the Cambodian consulate where I will be deported. I just couldn't see a clear picture. All I saw was my life kept on going downhill. I just felt like I'm never gonna get out of this situation because I've looked everywhere to try to help myself research how do I fix this issue, this legal part. And the whole time I'm thinking, like, I wish somebody know my situation and know, like, I'm really innocent, and I cannot believe that I was going through all of this, being kicked out of a country literally for something that I had no involvement in. I was sitting at IHOP with my 2-year-old boy, you know, like looking at him like, this is like the last time I'm gonna spend with my son. And as I'm going through my phone, you know, like just looking up lawyers, trying to find somebody to help me, I get a message from a lawyer through Facebook, told me that she wants to help me, and if I needed the help, to give her a call. She left her number, and I called her right away. And she told me that she knew a Cambodian anti-deportation group who might have some resources that can help me in my situation. And to me, I'm like, wow, my luck is finally changing. For once, you know, like I felt like I have hope. That's where John from Seattle Clemency Project reached out to me. And he was the only lawyer who knew the legal part in my case. The only person that told me that they can save me was him. He told me that he can help me hopefully get my permanent residency back. And I've never had a lawyer been able to tell me that. And that was what I wanted, was to at least get that back. During that time, I already met with the Cambodian consulate, interviewed with them for them to issue me a travel document. And as I'm waiting in the detention center in Texas, Seattle Clemency Project went for a vacate. To my surprise, the prosecutor actually agreed to vacate my conviction. I had less than a week left before ICE was gonna put me on a plane, and I'm going. And just to my surprise again, you know, I couldn't believe like everything was happening in my favor. The next day, you know, NERP didn't even hesitate. They filed the motion right away to terminate my deportation. And on Mother's Day, actually, was when I was released from ICE custody. Seattle Clemency Project gives people like me a second chance.